What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ashili Sports. Today is Monday, and hey, today is another day that we're going to be rating Chelsea players. You all know we played the FA Cup. FA Cup happened during the weekend, and it was so terrible. But so amazing, guys. And hey, without much, today we are going through to look at the players' rating, see how our players are performing in this game, and also how we can be able to improve a lot in this game. This is something that we probably do in every Chelsea after every Chelsea match. And hey, if you just join us, remember to subscribe and be part of this amazing community. Thank you very much for joining in. And hey, this is absolutely amazing. During the weekend, we saw Chelsea battling or struggling alongside with this League Two team, and it was so like I don't know how to describe it. It was so terrible on Chelsea part, but amazingly on Plymouth side. Plymouth did very, very, very well. So Officer Tommy on the line already. Officer Tommy said, "Hello, my brother. Hello, my bro. How are you doing? How was school today?" And guys, if you just remember, yesterday was the finals of the African Cup of Nations, and hey, Edward Mendy, Edward Mendy being the best goalkeeper of the tournament and the first goalkeeper to be able to have clean sheet in Champions League finals and also clean sheet in African Cup of Nation finals. So no goalkeeper has been able to do it, but Edward Mendy as a champion has been able to do that. Guys, as I said, today we are going to take time in rating our players. I think it's still not enough. It's still not enough for Chelsea. They are still scared or what really happened, what really transpired, why they didn't put out their best in this game. Chelsea did all they could to actually get a goal, but they couldn't. But Plymouth was able to get their first goal in this game. Plymouth was the people who scored first goal in this game. Now, Officer Tommy is saying, but my girlfriend is good. Okay, great. So the exams too, I thought the exams was also good, right? If it is shit, probably you need to also pass it. Yes. So Plymouth was able to hold Chelsea till 90 minutes without even conceding two or without Chelsea winning the game because it was all over 1-1 till the end of the game until extra time. Marcus Alonso was able to give us that winner of a goal in extra time. I think, to my point of view, Chelsea performed very, very woeful in that game. Plymouth shouldn't be a team to threaten Chelsea. And it all boiled down to the scoring opportunities because you could see our forward lines were not good enough. They were hesitating and they were not sharp in their lines. And Chelsea ended up, wow, it was very shambolic performance. And as you know how we do it in every game like this, we try to rate the players, see how most of them could be able to what do you say? Most of them improve? Can most of them be able to maintain their the way they are playing? Or but to my understanding, all of them needed the improvement in the game. Officer Tom, your exams was bad. Really? I told you to learn. You didn't learn, right? All of them, all the players didn't actually do very well. But we need to take a look at individual performance individually. Despite Thomas Tuchel wasn't in the touchline for the players, but at least this is Plymouth. Plymouth, we could have do something about it. We look at Liverpool. Cardiff City were able to just smash Cardiff City 3-1. I'm not actually comparing two teams here, but hey, this is something Chelsea need to do. Plymouth is when you compare the two of them, just look at it. Plymouth and Cardiff City. Liverpool was able to smash even though Cardiff City was just defending throughout in the game. But Chelsea with Plymouth City, we cannot even get uh like a winner within 90 minutes. It's absolutely disgusting. It was absolutely not the best for the club. So let's, without hard feelings, we're going to rate them and rate them like as the way we want these guys to be out there. And right now we are live on Twitter. We are also live on Facebook. If you just join us, remember to subscribe and be part of this amazing community. To be frank, I didn't actually like the way Chelsea handled that game for sure. And if you like it, let me know in the comment section. If you don't, let me also know in the comment section. That's why we are in a family, and whoever your thoughts and opinions are highly welcome. This is something that I didn't like, and hey, probably we need to do a lot to correct them, because if we are not able to correct our scoring opportunities, we won't be able to go anywhere in Champions League, anywhere in the league. And hey, I don't know how it's going to be done, but we need to do something about this game. What a fantastic and what a fabulous game Plymouth had in Stamford Bridge. And more to the point, it was in Stamford Bridge. More to the point, it was in Stamford Bridge. That's why I'm very angry and I'm annoyed with these players, because it shouldn't be so. Hey, LD boy is here. Or Piggy boy is here. Piggy boy said Kepa man of the match for me. Kepa man of the match for me. Yes, so we are going to rate them. And hey, Picky Boy said Kepa is his man of the match for him. So for sure, Kepa did very well, and he also. But we will just begin with Kepa for sure. So as we go along, but hey, generally the team didn't actually perform very well for sure. They didn't do very well, because Plymouth was just a team that we could probably do our due diligence to them and be able to win the game for sure. But we failed to do that. Why do we fail to do that? Because our front line, our frontliners were hesitating. They were hesitating to do their best in this game. So for me, as I said, so who do we begin with? Biggie boy is saying, "I say Chelsea till I die." Yes, that is the spirit. That is the spirit. That is the spirit of the fans. Wherever we are, blue is the color and Chelsea is the team. For sure, if you don't love the team, which team will you love again? Definitely. So we need to take a look at these our players and see who has done very well in this game. No hard feelings, guys. No hard feelings for sure. So first of all, we begin with the man himself, Kepa Arrizabalaga. What do you think Kepa did best yesterday? What do you think he did best yesterday? Because Kepa is a fabulous goalkeeper. Yesterday he did, on Saturday he did it again, and he was the best player out there in the pitch. Even though he was not called for several times. He was not called for several times to do his job, because the defensive was solid. The defense was solid. And hey, he was called later on in the game, that is extra time. During extra time, they had a penalty. They could have equalized the penalty. But Kepa, as we all know, very brilliant goalkeeper in the sight of penalty. Very brilliant and very good goalkeeper, and he was able to utilize his opportunity. He was able to utilize this opportunity, and he was able to save the penalty. For me, as Piggy said, he's the best man of the match yesterday, and he's the best goalkeeper when it comes to penalties. So Piggy Boy said, if in we had penalties, Kepa will save us. Yes, even on penalties, Kepa will always save us for sure. And that's exactly what he did yesterday. And for me, Kepa is just absolutely brilliant for sure. Kepa is absolutely brilliant. And yesterday game, the first thing of note the Spaniard had to do was to collect the ball from his own net after Macaulay Gillsfield glanced home a free kick to home. Yeah, the free kick, that one, like the free kick too. I also blame part of it a little bit to Kepa, because what he wasn't aware for sure. He was standing there. He thought like the defenders would deal with it. He thought like the defenders would deal with it, and they were not able to deal with it. And hey, it's just glanced on the Plymouth player, and it was a first goal for them, bro. That's first goalkeeper. Couldn't do couldn't do nothing about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like part of it, I'm not blaming him entirely, but hey, if he was aware, like if he was aware over there, he could have do something about that goal. But hey, these defenders should have been able to deal with it before it get to him. But you can't blame him for that. You can't blame him for that. And hey, Piggy Boy, what do you think we should rate Kepa? But what do you think we should rate Kepa? Because I think Kepa did very well yesterday. He did very well yesterday. And hey, when you look at truly, he wasn't truly tested for the remainder of the first half, but was busy in the second and had in the second half he was busy for sure, but the first half he wasn't tested. And aside from that goal, to produce a smart stop to deny Ryan Hardy the so Ryan Hardy couldn't score the penalty. And for me, I think what I'm going to rate him is just for yesterday. He stood up for the penalty. So what's Piggy Boy saying? Piggy Boy said, I give Lukaku maybe 5. No, we'll get to Lukaku. We are still on Kepa for sure. We are still on Kepa. We'll get to Lukaku own. So Kepa is someone who can still improve. So Piggy Boy said Officer Tommy is taking the crap. He just needs goals. So we can give him 10/10. Kepa, no, that's too much. Kepa can still improve. Piggy, if we give him 10/10, he will relax for sure. So for me, he did very well yesterday, and he has the capability to improve. Even though since the arrival of Edward Mendy, he has been absolutely amazing, and his character towards the work is just amazing. And for today, Saturday game was something he prevented the opponent from equalizing a goal so that we could go to penalties. And for that matter, I could give him 8.5 out of 10. Yes, 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, Piggy said 8. Yes, I think 8 is enough. 8 out of 10. This is absolutely amazing. Piggy, that is the right thing to give Kepa 8, because he did very well last game. So aside from that, we all know Kepa can still improve, because the goalkeeper we bought is yet to come back to his peak, because we knew Sarri time what he was doing for Chelsea. And because when Lampard came, a lot of issues, and he also had his personal issues, and because of that, we needed to go and get a goalkeeper who could be able to challenge Kepa, and that's exactly what is happening right now. Edward Mendy being classic and came in, but whenever Edward Mendy is on post and it's time to play penalties, he will also agree for Kepa to come in and keep the penalties, and that's amazingly well. So for Kepa, I think he can still improve and he can still do well. So Piggy Boy said at least Kepa got game time. Yes, he got game time, and he will still get a lot of game time for sure. I'm happy for him. Piggy Boy said himself. Yes, I'm equally happy for him. He agreed to stay. If he wasn't showing his character by now, he could have left, because he can be a first goalkeeper for other teams, but he agreed to stay because he knew the importance of the club. He loved the club, and he's happy with the club at this moment. And for sure, he can still improve. So who next should we go? We should go for defenders, right? Yes, we should go for defenders. And if we're going to defenders, probably we need to start with, because our right back was there, the Capito himself. The Capito himself was there. Aspi. Aspi was there, and I think Aspi did very well in this game. But all do you think? Yeah, I mean, if we are starting the defense, at least Capito himself, we start from right to left. Capito himself, he was there, and I think Capito did very well in this game for sure. Azpilicueta did very well in this game, and it's something that we need to applaud him for, even though it was very difficult for all of them in the field. It was very, very difficult. But Azpilicueta, as a captain who was determined, who did a lot of massive work, who was just like, I don't know. Remember, he was the one who equalized the goal for us. He was the one who equalized the goal for us. The Blues clap The captain had very little defending to do across the 120 minutes and was more involved in the Plymouth penalty area. That one is something that I need to applaud him. He was always there. It didn't look like he was even playing defense because that game, remember, we went back four. So back four, for him to be moving that, it was just like he was playing wing back for Chelsea. He was always in the box, and it was his smart back heel finish the brought or finish that brought Chelsea level after a hugely poor 40 minutes, and Azpilicueta did have the ball in the net again in the second half, but saw his effort ruled out due to offside. Yes, he could have also scored second goal, but they whistle for offside, and hey, that was it. But generally, almost all the guys didn't do very well. And but as Azpilicueta as a captain to do what he did yesterday, I think he must be applauded. So Piggy Boy said apparently Rhys James best right back. Yes, Rhys James is the best right back, but right now he's not, but even though right now he's training a little bit on his own, but he's not yet back. So Aspilicueta needs to occupy that place, and Aspilicueta, we all know him right from left to right to central defense, ever he can play, and that's something we are good. We have such player who can step up at a time of need. Yes, because we all know what he did in for Chelsea. He has been an underdog. People don't appreciate him since his arrival, but he's always proven us that he worth it, even being the captain. Because yesterday he was able to equalize that important goal for us, and that it could have been different ball game together. It could have been different ball game together. And now Piggy Boy, what Piggy Boy is? Piggy Boy said I gave him 7 out of 10. Yes, it's just like you are in my mind. Yes, as Aspilicueta, just the rating is 7 out of 10. No hard feeling, guys. No hard feelings. As Aspilicueta, 7 out of 10, because he could have done more. And hey, his crosses wasn't all that, but for him to be involved in the box and generally all the team, like I'm not going to lie, we didn't expect that poor performance from them, despite the coach wasn't on the touchline. And that is something that we always look for. They could have done it because this was Plymouth for sure. So Piggy Boy is saying Terrent, yeah, James and Terrent Alexandrano are the best right back we could possibly think of in Premier League right now currently. I agree with that for sure. Another one coming from Piggy Boy said he is so underrated. Yes, Aspilicueta is so underrated since from the beginning when he joined Chelsea, but yet he's always proof. And one thing I love about him, even the left side, he could play the left side. I don't know why this coach is hesitating to try him over there. But hey, Kennedy is back to fill that position with Marcus Alonso. And yesterday we saw Marcus. I will still get there, but hey, it's just something that came up. I need your mind. I read your mind. Yes, that's why I said you read my mind, because that was what I was just going to give him, and you just said it seven. I said, Piggy Boy have read my mind. Officer Tommy is quiet. Yes, I don't know why he's quiet right now. His exam didn't go well with him or what. And you could probably know, maybe because Manchester United was eliminated, so his exam didn't also go well with him. Officer Tommy, if you are listening, let's know why you are quiet, because you were ready to battle with us here. But as we do it, Chelsea all the way. The blue is color and London is blue. We are the pride of London as we speak now, and no other team but Chelsea, because we always set the target for others to follow. And for sure, as Aspilicueta, 7 out of 10 is not very exciting. He could do better. He could do better again. So another one coming from Officer Tommy said, my girl messaged me, that's why. Oh, okay, then that's okay. You need to message her back. Wow. So guys, which player should we go next? Which one should we go, since we are still in defense? Which one should we go next? Then I think Who? Okay, let's go for Christensen. Andreas Christensen. Christensen is Chelsea academy boy who has developed so well from academy to first team. This kind of players, I do respect them a lot because not everyone are able to make it to the academy level. Now, right now, his contract is also at stake right now, but I'm not in doubt that he will be able to sign his contract. Andreas Christensen, where are you? Andreas Christensen, where are you? And for sure, guys, this guy he has developed so well under Tuchel and also under Lampard. Christensen is always a player that I think he could probably do very well for sure. And he can still improve his game because he's still young. He's not all that old. Yeah, Officer Tom said she told me to take her out, but I said no because I got 2 hour exams tomorrow. Oh, okay, yeah, it's good you tell her the truth for sure. If she still wanted, yeah, after the exams, probably you could go out and enjoy yourself for sure. So, Andreas Christensen, Piggy Boy, what do you think about Andreas Christensen yesterday? Yesterday, Andreas Christensen didn't actually do much for sure. He didn't actually do much. And for me, he was part of, even though the defense didn't have a lot of problems. But hey, back in the starting 11, Andreas Christensen, remember he was tested positive in COVID before the break. Even 2 matches, he wasn't able to play, and that forced our defense to play like 4 or 3 back. I can't quite remember. And for sure, for him to be back in the 11 for only his third start since the 10 of the year. Yeah, since this is his test appearance. Christensen was composed in possession, but struggled physical against Plymouth forward Jordan Carrick. Yes, Garrick. I said Carrick. It's Garrick. Jordan Garrick. Physical, we all know when it comes to physical, Andrea Christensen is not all that strong physically, but he has the ball sense. He's very intelligent, and I don't know, like he is very good. Just that the physical is always his problem. I give him six 6 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. No, 6 out of 10 is fair enough. I wanted to give him 5.5 out of 10. That's what I wanted to give him. But if you say 6, I think I will go with the 6 out of 10 because yesterday he struggled a lot under their striker. He struggled a lot under their striker physically, not about like when it comes. So, but for him, he has improved a lot under Tuchel and also Thiago Silva. You could see if Thiago Silva is not there, Thomas Tuchel like to use Andreas Christensen because he is learning a lot. He is learning a lot. He is learning a lot for sure. So if Thiago Silva is not there, the coach prefer to use Christensen because Christensen also like holding ball, take his time to distribute the ball, just that he's not yet there at the level of Thiago Silva. Okay, so Piggy Boy said I said 6. Yes, so 6 out of 10 is enough. Yeah, for me, I wanted to give him 5.5, but I think it's almost the same. So he said, okay, I read your mind. Yes, you read my mind for sure. You are just getting it right. And I know you were yesterday game, you will probably enjoy it very well for sure. So I have to go. I have to go. See you tomorrow. Okay, no problem, Piggy Boy. No problem, Piggy Boy. We will see you tomorrow for sure. So just take your time out there and be safe for me. Be safe, guy. Be safe. So, guys, this is something that we actually Andrea Christensen is very good and he can still improve. He can still improve a lot and he can be able to do a lot for the club for sure. So, but his contract is still under examining. Will he sign the contract or not? This is what we are still on, and I think no doubt he will sign the contract. He's just weighing his option because currently, if he agreed to stay, it means that there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that he needs to actually agreed on, or maybe because if he signed his last contract, it will be taking him to the rest of the season. So he just needs to take his time and make his decision for sure. He take his time and make his decision for sure. I think that way is probably happy and it's a right call. So let's give him the benefit of doubt. He will sign his contract. Let's not push him, because it's a decision that he has to make, a decision that will take him to probably for the rest of his career. And that's something that absolutely. But I'm not doubting Christensen. He'll be able to sign the contract and he'll be able to improve, because all of them are happy under Tuchel. All of them are happy. Almost maybe one or two players are not happy under Tuchel, but Tuchel will always find a way to make them happy and to make them stay, for sure. So for Christensen to be able yesterday struggle physical against their striker or Jordan Jordan, yeah, Jordan. So probably I think 6 out of 10 is clearly enough for him, and they didn't Chelsea didn't concede a lot. Our problem was just offensively wise. We couldn't utilize our chances. We don't create agency offensively. We just go, then play, and return the ball back. We don't threaten our opponent yard when it comes to scoring, and that's the most difficult part, for sure. And for Christensen to be defending yesterday and struggle a lot, I think just 6 out of 10 is enough. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section for sure, because this is what we do after every Chelsea game. The following day, or maybe the following 2 days, we'll be able to give you the player rating for sure, because Christensen is someone who can still improve. He's still young, and I guess he can still improve for sure. So who should we go next to? What do you think about? And also remember, um, also remember yesterday, African Cup of Nations, Edward Mendy was goalkeeper of the tournament, or best goalkeeper of the tournament. Best goalkeeper of the tournament, and hey, probably he'll be joining because he was allowed to go and celebrate with his Senegalese teammates, and for sure he'll be joining the team in United Arab Emirates in within this week, for sure. Within this week, he will be joining them to just go ahead and play the Club World Cup, for sure. This is something we look forward to, and we look forward to lift that trophy in addition to the Super Cup, for sure. As I said, this season I'm looking forward for Chelsea to give us two or more trophies. So if you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. But you always need to think outside the box. We always need to think outside the box, because these players against Plymouth, I'm not praising any of them, because this was a game that we could probably use to create like agency in the forward line. That way we know that when we meet any club or we meet the difficult side, we are going to be good and good. But if you can't score against Plymouth and defenders have to be doing the scoring, then it means that, and Champions League is just by the corner. It means that we're going to be struggling yet again, because we see that since um Rhys James and Ben Chilwell got injured, Chelsea has been struggling since. I don't know whether they were there and were scoring goals or what is actually happening, because we have the capability, we have the men out there who can do the job. But the good news is that in UAE, it's only Rhys James. Ben Chilwell is out for the rest of the season, and also maybe Edward Mendy, who haven't joined them, who are not over there. Aside from that, every player is fit out there, training out there, and also, hey, this is something that is very good for our understanding. Chalobah is back. Chalobah is back, and he's back for good. And for the past 2 games, all of them, he's been on bench for Chelsea. So we don't want to rush a lot of players. We don't want to rush them in. And at the end of the day, it will be different ball game together, for sure. So this is just absolutely amazing for the club. And hey, Wednesday is going to be it's going to be absolutely amazing. And tomorrow we are going to do pre-match reaction to that. We're going to do pre-match reaction to Wednesday match, the Club World Cup match on Wednesday. So today I deem it necessary to rate the players before tomorrow so that we could be able to do the pre-match analysis, and we can probably be able to engage our community and see how we can be able to give our lineups and also give our suggestions on how we could be able to run things. Now, let's go next. Which player should we be going next to? Because Andreas Christensen is 6 out of 10. So next should be, we need to go to the man himself, Tony Rudiger, because we are still on defense. Tony Rudiger. Tony Rudiger is one of the guys that I respect a lot because he's always there to give his 100%. Rudiger is always there to give his 100%, and I respect this guy. Why do I respect him? I respect this guy because he is absolutely, like, he's just a good player for sure. He's just a good player, and for him to play against Plymouth, and we were struggling offensively, is something that I'm not proud of, because Tony Rudiger is also someone who could probably do a lot for Chelsea. So he started on the left of central defense and then moved over to the right in the second period after Christensen was replaced. He didn't have a great deal to do for sure, given Chelsea dominated possession, but was reliable when called upon and produced a couple of trademark random moments for sure. He was great, he was good, and I think it was something that I love much. And I think Tony Rudiger he's always a player. When you call him, even if he's sleeping and you call him, say come to the pitch, he will be there to play for Chelsea. When you just wake him up, Antonio Rudiger, there's a game coming on, come and play, he will give his 100%. And yesterday he was absolutely solid for Chelsea. He was absolutely solid for Chelsea. I said yesterday, that was Saturday. Saturday, he was absolutely solid for Chelsea. And for him to produce kind of magic defensive way, I think he deserves a respect. And for sure, I'm giving him 6 points, maybe seven. Yeah, maybe seven. Maybe I will give him all, because if I give Christensen 6, then I should give him 7 for sure, because Rudiger was solid in the back. Rudiger did very well yesterday. So Rudiger, I rate him 7 out of 10, even though all the players didn't do very well together. Because if they had done well, we could have won the match in 90 minutes. Plymouth, as I said, is not a team Chelsea should be dreaming about. Is it that there were a lot of complacency in this game or what? I don't actually know. And for sure, this is just nothing but absolutely amazing. And hey, this was just Kepa day. Kepa just leading the way for Chelsea to qualify to the next stage of the competition. And remember that we are going to play against Luton away. It's going to be on their home pitch. So it's going to be very, 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 very difficult with us, because if we can score our home against Plymouth, then probably we should be ready to go out with Luton in their home yard, and that's not something I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward for the players to create agency. That is what we always want, agency. Because if you don't create agency and you allow your opponent at home to get a goal, to get first goal, and it's been happening in Stamford Bridge couple of times. We always score and they will come later and win the game, or and draw with us, or they score, then we struggle to come in and draw the game. It's not the best, because agency is not being created in the forward line, which is what I'm absolutely not in support with for sure. I'm absolutely not in support with. And for sure, if you just join me, remember to subscribe and be part of this amazing community. And your thoughts and hey, your opinions are highly, highly, highly welcome. So let's do it, guys. Let's do it for the guys. And hey, to the Rudiger yesterday, I said all of them didn't perform, but for me, I think he still deserves the respect. He still deserves what we say. So let's see what these guys will give us. And for sure, I'm thinking like they can still do more for us. They can still do a lot for us. And if they are not ready, hey, Edward is here. What's Edward saying? Hi to everybody. Hi, Edward. How are you doing? And what's he saying again? He said, "Trust, we are all good." Yes. So we are all good. Actually, Sports the best. Thank you very much, Edward. Thank you very much. And for sure, this is just nothing but a class of a game that we are going to rate them. And Tony Riga, 7 out of 10 is not bad enough for the weekend game. And I'm sure he'll probably do his best next time, and he'll probably just go ahead to nail it for Chelsea. And hey, who next should we be going to? Because we are still in defense. In the person of guys, who do you think we should be going for? Because we are still in defense. We finish with the captain himself, Azpilicueta. We also deal with Christensen. Yeah, we deal with Christensen. And also, we just finish with Tony Rudiger. Tony Rudiger, too, his contract is still hanging on. But hey, the coach promise us that we shouldn't worry, because it's something that he believes Tony Rudiger will sign his contract, and they're just waiting for pairs, those that they can pair with him. And for sure, this is just something that I think it will probably happen. Now we are going to Malang Sarr. Malang Sarr. Guys, I don't know what to talk about Malang Sarr, because Malang Sarr is just, I don't know. Guys, what do you think about this player? This player is just, how should we put it? Like, Malang Sarr is someone who was just improving, who was doing very, very well, and unable, like, after, like, how am I even going to put it? He stood up his game. He was very brilliant in the last few games he played with Chelsea, and was very good and was absolutely marvelous. And I was saying, Malansa, if he still keep on doing what he's doing, he will get first 11. But yesterday game was a questionable. Yesterday game was total different game. He played in the left side for the first time, used to the left of a back four in the opening period. Sarr appeared uncomfortable on the ball, and Chelsea possession game suffered as a result of his uncomfortable in that position. I don't know what actually happened to Malang Sarr, because Malang Sarr is someone who was just nothing but absolutely brilliant and very good, and he was able to score. I said he was able to defend very well. Even against Tottenham, we saw him battling it with Hurricane and just completely eliminate Hurricane out of the game in Stamford Bridge. And by yesterday was total different. He was switched to centre back after the break, but still was loose with his passing, and in the late stage of extra time, he brought down Ryan Hardy, having gifted the ball to ARGYLE. Fortunately for Sarr, Kepa stepped up to save that penalty. So it was just Malang Sarr who caused the penalty um for ARGYLE, that is Plymouth ARGYLE, and Kepa was able to stop it. And for that matter, I think my rating for Kepa is 5. I'm giving him 5 for sure. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section, guys, because this guy, I think he was very good in the last few games he stepped up with Chelsea, and he was very phenomenal in this game. And currently, yesterday game, for him to be hesitating, for him to be uncomfortable in right back and left back, because we all know he's a left-footed player, and he can play left back, and he can also play center back, but he wasn't comfortable over there. And at a point, he just switched him to the center back, but just giving a penalty away wasn't something that was able to agree on. And guys, this is why I'm giving him this rating for sure. So if you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section, because this is just nothing. This is not, no hard feelings on this, no hard feelings on this. And for sure, he needs to improve his game again. If he's going to continue like that, I don't see how he'll be able to break into the first 11. For sure, it will be very difficult for Malang Sarr to break into the first 11. But he can improve because he's learning a lot. And under Tuchel, he's showing that can do spirit. Yes, he's showing that can do spirit, and I know he can do well. He can do very, very well for himself and the club. So if he wants to break into the first 11, he needs to keep that consistency of a performance. Because if you perform a lot, like against Tottenham and against other big teams, Premier League teams, and remember the first leg, Premier League against Brentford in Brentford Community Stadium. This guy also stood up for Chelsea and was able to fight throughout the game. But yesterday was something different. And Chelsea, we don't like that inconsistency. So if you want to break in, you need to be consistent so that you can win the fans' heart. And so wherever you are playing, you are good to go. I don't know why he was hesitating in the back and finally committing that penalty. But thank God to Kepa, Chelsea was able to keep in and win the game in extra time. As I said, the players all didn't do very well. Guys, who do you think was your man of the match in this game? Because for me, I didn't see anyone aside from Kepa, because even though first half Kepa wasn't called upon throughout first half, but when he called upon for the penalty, he was able to make that clear save for Chelsea, and I love it, and I'm appreciating him. But Malang Sarr, to be frank, he needs to improve his game if he wants to break into the first 11. It's not easy for everyone, for sure, particularly when all the players are back. Tuchel always try to pick the best one, even though no one is perfect. As human beings, all of us are not perfect. Maybe one or two mistakes he could commit, or maybe he couldn't give some players chance, or the time he needed to give some players chance, he's not able to. But at the end of the day, if you are shining and if you are performing very well, there's no way he will leave you out of the tournament. So who do you think we are going next? Let's get to now. I think we are done with the defense. And hey, we are moving to midfield, right? So who do we start with in the midfield? Hey, Jorginho was there. So maybe we can probably kickstart Jorginho. Yes, Jorginho was there for Chelsea. And now this is the guy we need to talk about. Malang Sarr is just, well, he can improve and he can do well. And probably if he's not improving well, he will be loaned out next season or summer transfer for sure. But hey, as at this moment, I still think he can improve. Now we are moving to midfield. Jorginho. Jorginho. This guy, I don't know, guys. What do you think about Jorginho performance on Saturday? Jorginho is just an absolutely brilliant player. He's very good. His one touch performance is something else, and he's always there. He's always there to give his 100%. Even when our midfield, everyone, like a lot of players, was injured, he was always there for Chelsea. But he's not much appreciated for one reason. He's not much appreciated in Chelsea team, and a lot of the fans out there are not appreciating him. But I think he's one of the best midfielders we have in Premier League. Not because he lose ball easily, or not because he's one touches, but hey, he has the sense. He has ball sense, and he always try to keep possession. And if he's playing, Chelsea always have the possession. And hey, he directs other players on where to position themselves, and he just looked like one of the experienced guy in the midfield who always try to, but at any point in time, Jorginho keep on losing ball, and if they just pass him with a ball, he doesn't have the speed to cover up for Chelsea. So when he's playing without a pair, it's always difficult for Chelsea. And for me, I think Jorginho yesterday wasn't all that great for Chelsea. For sure, Jorginho wasn't all that great. Used at the base of a midfield three. Yes, Jorginho is used as the base of midfield three on Saturday. He struggled against the physicality of Plymouth midfielders. For sure, when it comes to physicality, to Jorginho is not all that physical in the game. And forwards in the early stages of the game, the Italian began he began to get a grasp on proceedings as the game progressed, but he lacked his usual incisiveness. So yesterday he lacked the incisiveness, the passes that he used to do. Yesterday he lacked it, with possession surrounded far too often. So for sure, as I said, when they just pass him, like if he just take a ball and pass Jorginho, he doesn't have the speed to cover. The only thing he will do is to grab you or to foul you. And yesterday, the decisive passes were not there for him. We always know him to have a decisive passes, which are very good for his game. But Saturday was just lacking, and sloppy midfield for sure. And for that reason, guys, what do you think we should give Jorginho? What do you think we should give Jorginho? And you could see the second half, Plymouth gained confidence into the game and was just pressing Chelsea because the midfield wasn't great. The midfield wasn't something that we're looking for. And for sure, Jorginho, for me, didn't do well. He didn't give us his 100%. But if you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Jorginho. But for me, I think we probably need to rate Jorginho 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. And what do you think about? What do you think you yourself? What's his rating? If you know other, let me know in the comment section. And if you just join us, remember to subscribe and be part of this amazing community. Your opinions, your thoughts, your suggestions are highly welcome here because we listen to everyone. It's a democratic world for sure. So if you are building community like our own, everyone's voice needs to be heard. And that is one unique thing we have here for sure. Guys, Jorginho, 5 out of 10 in the game between Chelsea and Plymouth. Even though Plymouth was Chelsea struggled it struggled a lot in the game because we were not able to score or win the game until the extra time. Maybe if it has gone to penalties, it would have been different ball game together because penalties anyone can win. In penalties, anyone can win, and that is what we've been trying to avoid. And thanks to Kepa, he was able to avoid that by saving that late penalty when the penalty Malansa caused. And for sure, this is what we call teamwork. And teamwork is always the best. Right now, they are in UAE training for the World Cup. Training for the World Cup. I said Club World Cup trophy, and probably hoping Chelsea will bring it home. And tomorrow we'll be discussing the pre-match analysis about this game. So it's going to be something amazing, something wonderful, and something beautiful for sure. So which player should we move next to since we are still in midfield? Because that game, remember, we played 4-3-3 in the beginning, 4-3-3, and so Kovacic was also there alongside with Jorginho. Should we move to Kovacic? Yes, probably we need to move to Kovacic because Kovacic is one of the midfield general in Chelsea. Kovacic, wow, this guy, I love him so much. Kovacic, this is a unique midfielder. As I said, I love him too much, but hey, the problem is with Kovacic is always shooting. Shooting is always the problem. And for Kovacic to be able to play yesterday game and we couldn't score is something that I still think maybe there's still a lot for Chelsea players to do. It's still a lot of things for Chelsea players to do. And Matthew Kovacic, given that the Croatian has been one of the Chelsea's standout performance since this season until he got that injury. So there was no surprise he started in midfield once more. Kovacic looked sharper than many of his colleagues like Jorginho. Kovacic always looks sharper in the midfield and can dribble past one or two players and before he creates spaces for Chelsea. So, and he was unfortunately to strike the crossbar and post. Yeah, he was able to strike the crossbar. He could have got that goal with well taken shot in the first half. So he continued to probe in the second period and was one of Chelsea's better performance against the League One side before being brought off late on. So Kovacic did very well. He was one of our best midfielders of yesterday. But hey, yeah, he was able to substitute it. He was substituted, and for that matter, he didn't play the full 90 minutes, and he wasn't all that great again. And he could have scored goal, he didn't. So for me, I think 6.5 is okay for Kovacic because he still need to improve. He just came back from injury, and this is his third or fourth game after coming back from injury. So we wouldn't like be harsh on him, and I know he will still come up to his best. And if you think otherwise, guys, let me know in the comment section because this is a rating. This is the rating, and this is absolutely something that we think it could be probably be happening. And for sure, for us to do all those things, it means that he needs to improve. He needs to improve for sure. Guys, what do you think about Kovacic? If you think otherwise, let me know in the comments section for sure. Because Kovacic is one of our own and one of the few guys there in the midfield who can be able to dribble and create a lot of spaces for Chelsea. And for him, the game against Plymouth to play and Chelsea still lack that scoring capability. I think it was something that we just need to be questioning our players, because if you cannot win against Plymouth in 90 minutes, which team are you going to win against? So for sure, these guys, all of them didn't do well yesterday, and their up front doesn't look sharper. And always we go on and off, or on and back, be to and fro. And that is always the same thing. We don't threaten. We just go. If it's not happening, we need to go back. No threat at all. No threat at all. And hey, Plymouth did very well in that game, and they did very, very amazingly well. And it's something that you need to actually appreciate them for what they did, because they really make Chelsea feel that we are not yet there. We just need more and more creativity and more chances to score more goals. We still don't have scorers in our team. I don't know what's actually happening, and we need it in an agency. Remember, Champions League is coming in 15. That's next week. Champions League is starting next week, and Chelsea is going to play on the 22nd of February. And it's something that we just don't need. We just don't have to allow it to stay out there or for a quite a number of time. We just need to come back to our sense, need to start scoring, and need to do more scoring capabilities for sure. It's absolutely brilliant. He's absolutely very, very great. He's a great player, and I wouldn't want him. I want him to keep on improving. I want him to keep on improving and always improve, because this is all about these guys. If they improve, Chelsea will be able to do much more in the offensive areas, because Kovacic can score. He just needs to add that scoring into his game, and I think after that he doesn't have problem for sure. He doesn't have problem for sure. So I'm just looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to see him coming back to what he used to. So for sure, we are going to do it. And if you are live on Twitter, let me know. You can equally join us on YouTube at Ashili Sports. And hey, if you are watching us, be part of this amazing community. Subscribe, and hey, your opinions and suggestions are highly welcome. Your opinions and suggestions are highly welcome. This is Ashili Sports. We are live on Twitter. we are also live on Facebook. We are also live on Facebook, and you can equally join us on this social media. And for sure, we are here and we are here to stay, and we are here to do it for ourselves. We are here to do it for the community, and we are also here to do it for the love of the game. Yes, for the love of the game. And for sure, this is just a high time moment that we need to stay together. We need to stay momentum and bring that momentum for sure. So now let's move to who? Let's move to the next player. We just finished with Kovacic, and now we are moving to the man himself, Mace Manny Mace. We are moving to Manny Mace, Mason Mount. Guys, what do you think about Mason Mount in the Saturday game of the FA Cup game? Manny Mace. Manny Mace, where are you? Manny Mace, where are you? This guy is just, I don't know, what are we going to talk about Manny Mace? Manny Mace is just one of the best youngsters Chelsea have produced. Yes, whether you like it or not, he's one of the best. One of the best. I didn't say he's the best, but one of the best. And he has shown it in couple of times, and he has proved it couple of times. And you guys remember when Lampard first came and he was using them, people were saying, oh, Lampard baby, Lampard what and what, Lampard is not what. But hey, this guy have proven several times that he worth it. He was the best so far, and he's still the best. And the consistency this guy has in Chelsea team is just something that I cannot like leave away. And remember, he's the player who involved a lot in more goals under Tuchel than any other player. And for yesterday game, yes, we expected a lot from him, but he wasn't able to deliver us from what we actually want. Yes, he has us attack-minded number 8. Mount had plenty of lances to roam into the space left by Ziyech and Lukaku, and it was his cross that Azpilicueta turned home in the opening period. So yesterday you could also know he was the one who assisted that goal too. There was one nice flick that opened up the Plymouth defense for Hakim Ziyech to cross for Romelu Lukaku after the break, but the Belgian couldn't finish, and it was Mount who forced an excellent stop from Mike Cooper as Chelsea push for a winner. Yes. So Mason Mount is always there. He's always there for the club, and he's always there to bring out his best and to put out his best for the club. And guys, if you think otherwise, let me know, because Mason Mount, for me, has proven that he's just Chelsea, and he's been Chelsea best, one of the best players we have from academy to first team. Kudos to these players who have been able to make it. Remember, there was a time we didn't have those kind of guys out there. For instance, look at Kevin De Bruyne, who was from academy, has to go away. And up to date, he's still punishing Chelsea for it, because for 5 games he played in Premier League against Chelsea, he's been able to score those 5 goals against Chelsea. And this is what I'm talking about. These players, they needed to just get a little playing time, but hey, that time too, we couldn't keep them. And those players that are getting into the first team, they deserve it. They deserve it because they have proven time and time. Talk of Chaluba, talk of Mason, talk of Odoi, talk of Rhys James, Christensen, a lot of them. And most of that's why some, when they come in, we couldn't just keep them. They just have to go. For instance, Tariq Lamptey. Tariq Lamptey, as if he was still in Chelsea, he will be battling it with Rhys James and the captain himself. So because of that, Tariq Lamptey needed to go away from the bridge and pursue his football career. And he's just amazing and absolutely brilliant. And for what are we going to say about Mason? Mason Mount actually did very well yesterday, and for me, his rating, I will probably give him nothing much, but hey, I'll give him 7 out of 10. because I could have give him 6.5 or 6, but I decided to give him 7 because he can still improve more. And yesterday he was determined. He could have go into more into the spaces of Plymouth, but he wasn't able to. He wasn't able to, and he could have also give us some shot outside the box, and it was just on and off and through for the players. And for him to be part of the midfield on that game, probably that was something amazing. That was something amazing because he was just good for, but didn't actually do better, and they can still do better. And I think it's enough to give him 7 out of 10. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section, because this is Chelsea. This is Chelsea, the home of soccer, and for sure we need to do it, and we need to do it as quick as possible. right now right now, Mason Money Mace is done. Who should we go next for, guys? Let me know who we can go next for. It's now left with our front three. Our front three. Because we started with 4-3-3. 4-3-3. And guys, if you think maybe the 4-3-3 is something that we need to actually change to, but let me know in the comment section, because it's just absolutely class, and I think we can do more when it comes to 4-3-3, or even when it comes to what do you call it, um when it comes to three back two, we can still do more, guys. And for sure, I think this is something we just need. So now let's move to no other person. Who should we move to? The front three. Okay, let's, because I would like Lukaku to be the last topic here. I would like Lukaku to. We are moving to ZH. Come on, we are moving to ZH, guys, because these guys, I think they are just class. So ZH yesterday, to Saturday too, was someone who was our starter. He started the game. He started the game, and for sure, I think this guy didn't actually, as I said, the players, all of them didn't actually do very well for us on Saturday, because Plymouth shouldn't be the team we should be just relax on. We should have just scored more goals, and we should have just do more for sure. And as I said, it's something that I think we can probably do a lot. And he didn't do great for me. And hey, it's something I'll call you back for sure. It's something that I need to do for him. And he actually, for the past 2 games, he has been able to prove a lot with us for Chelsea. He has been able to prove a lot. And there was no surprise to see Hakim Ziyech start again, given his excellent performance against Tottenham before the break. Yet Plymouth proved a more troublesome opponent for Chelsea. There were some nice touches from Hakim Ziyech throughout, but the visitors were able to limit his threat to shoots from distance. The once clear chance he did fashion wasn't finished by Lukaku. For sure, Lukaku, he tried, was able to cross ball in. He was just putting the ball in, but no one to just get touch with. But Lukaku, that chance, Lukaku should have finished it up, but he couldn't. Also, there was one Hudson Odoi could have just also pushed in, but he couldn't also. But in generally, he was able to just produce that crosses, but wasn't enough to give us that goal. And as I said, he was offensive. He played offensive for Chelsea, and the offensive didn't give us the goals we deserve. And I think it's just worth it. It's worth it for sure. And now, for me, Hakim Ziyech is just, yesterday wasn't the player that we used to know. And but offensively, we're just struggling offensively. Ball possession wise, we did very well ball possession wise, but it wasn't just enough to win against Plymouth. So for me, Hakim Ziyech, I rate him 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, I think, is okay for him. And I think we can probably proceed to the next player. Who should we go next to? Hudson Odoi. I think we should move to Hudson because Lukaku, I want Lukaku to be last. For sure, we need to move to Hudson Odoi. Odoi is, I don't know what is wrong with Odoi. Odoi should have been one of our Hazard, like he should have replaced Hazard in this team because he played sometimes alongside with Hazard. He saw what Hazard was doing for Chelsea. But Odoi, I don't know what is wrong with Odoi. Odoi should have been our Hazard currently, but he's failing to do that. He's failing to produce. He's failing inconsistency. Inconsistency. I don't know whether he thinks too much or because of the England team or because he wanted to switch nationality. Because he vehemently told England national team management that, or maybe the under 20, that he wanted to concentrate on his game and to just pick form this season. But it just looked like his inconsistency, always giving Chelsea issues and always giving himself issues. And yesterday was another inconsistency coming from Hudson Odoi, because how can Plymouth defenders limit Odoi is something that I can't answer. He handed another start on the left because that was just his favorite position. He liked that side, and for you to handle that opportunity, you should have been able to utilize your opportunity for sure. The 21-year-old was far too easily contained by Joe Edwards. Just imagine a Champions League Two side, Joe Edward in the opening period. Hudson-Odoi just caught himself. The thread wasn't coming. More of a thread after the interval, but his most important contribution came in defense. Yeah, as he made a vital interception to stop Panucci Kamara from breaking through. Because yesterday offensively, Hudson-Odoi was just poor. He was just poor offensively, and I don't understand what's happening to this guy. This guy, I just thought he was just going to be one of our number one, but Hudson-Odoi is not pulling his gear. It's not just coming. I don't know what's really happening, and for sure this is something that we just need to keep on thinking. Like, I always think Hudson-Odoi is going to improve, but it just looks like the inconsistency is too much. Whether he needs to play out, he needs to be given out a loan for him to give out his best before he can come back. I don't know, because this guy, there's a lot of potential in Hudson-Odoi, but he's not exploiting himself. Because if you look at what he was doing in academy, that's why he was the first to call. His senior mount, his senior Reece James in Chelsea Academy, he was the first person to call into the senior team, but yet he's not just doing it. I don't know what is actually happening. But I can't talk about academy without talking about Loftus-Cheek too. Loftus-Cheek is also someone who is very, very, very good. But I don't know why Hudson-Odoi is not just exploring himself. He needs to do more exploitation and more of the skills coming in. Since getting injury, he got injury for the previous season, I think he's just not of himself. But it's something that we should have been seeing from him, but it's just not working, guys. I don't know exactly what is wrong with this guy. But yesterday was another shambolic performance from him. Very bad performance. And the front three, as I said, was scoring was just not there. And I think he was also a problem why Chelsea couldn't get that scoring capabilities, because you are someone who is a creator who can also score. But yesterday, all of them was just poor, except for that stoppage he made defensively yesterday, the interception he made yesterday. Aside from that, I didn't see Hudson-Odoi doing anything incredible in the game. And that's why I said all the players didn't do well yesterday. No one crossed it aside from was the Mount Kepa. No one crossed it aside from Kepa. But Hudson-Odoi, I don't know what we should be dealing with, because Tuchel really trusted him, thinking he could improve this season. And this season he got a lot of playing time, but just not improving. The inconsistency is too much, and I think he just needs I was thinking like he just needed more playing time to get to his best. But right now, it just looked like the same Hudson Odoi. But hey, credit, I just think Hudson Odoi can still do more. I still believe in him, and I still believe like he just needs to exploit more from himself because he's a player I cherish most, and not because he's related to Ghana or something. But also Doyle has the potential, the skill, the hazard-like playing style that I think, and because he can dribble, he can punish any player at a given point, and he just needs to keep on doing those things. Other than that, I don't see why he's just there and nothing for him. And for sure, his rating for me is 5 out of 10. Yesterday he did it's on Saturday he didn't do well. He didn't do well for himself. He didn't do well for the club. And hey, this is just class of a football. Now Chelsea needs to improve more. They need to improve more if we want to defend Champions League title because it's something we are still in. And I still think Chelsea can do more and can do much more in it. So for sure, let's look at what is going to happen. We move to the striker himself. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you about this striker. I don't know, guys, because yes, Saturday was another shambolic performance from Romelu Lukaku. I don't know. This guy has just suddenly lost confidence of himself. Lukaku just lost confidence of himself, and I think it's just something that I don't know, guys. I don't know. Lukaku, for me, yesterday was one of the worst, one of the worst performance from Lukaku. I don't know what is happening to Lukaku, whether he lost form or he just lost the trust he have with himself, or he just lost confidence with his teammates, or he just doesn't want to be in Chelsea. All these are questions that I keep on asking myself. After yesterday game, I completely lost trust in Lukaku. I don't know whether he will be able to prove me wrong. I don't know whether this guy will be able to prove me wrong. I don't know, and I'm not sure. Like whether he can still go ahead to lead the striking area for Chelsea. For me, I just think the best thing Chelsea should do should just go back to the way we used to be. They should keep on using Timo Werner, use Havertz, because Lukaku have been given couple of times after coming back from injury, causing Havertz in the team, and yet a lot of opportunity given, he's still not picking. Maybe others are saying we should just give him back. What do you call it? Inter Milan fans are saying they still need him, and I just think he just need to go back. I think it will be better because I don't know. I love Lukaku. Don't get me wrong. I like him and I like him very much. But it's just like anytime he comes to Chelsea, it's not working. It's just not working anytime he comes to. I don't know. I don't know. Guys, he needs to prove me wrong. He needs to he needs to gain that trust from me again. Other than that, I don't see why I should be trusting Lukaku again because the opportunity has been given to him, yet it's not happening. Wow. The opportunity has always been given to him, yet it's not happening. I don't know what is really happening to Lukaku, and for sure, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to sit back and say all is well for Lukaku. No, all is not well for Lukaku. All is not well for him, and I'm still looking forward to see what he can do for himself, what he can do for the club, because we are imagining like you causing a lot of issues after coming back from injury that you were not given one. Now we switch back four, yet it's the same thing. You are not getting that. We are not getting that goal scoring. But guys, if you think that I can still see Lukaku performing here, then probably let me know in the comment section because this is just something else. It's just something else. I don't know. It's just something else. Maybe probably we need to look at other areas to exploit Lukaku. But for me, he has completely lost my trust, and I think I don't know whether he can still come in and give us that goals. But I think we should just go back to the way it used to be. With that, we know we're struggling and we still win at least one goal. And hey, at the end of the game, we keep our winning feet and we ended up winning trophies for ourselves. But hey, this is Lukaku, and I think we just need more from him, but it's just not coming. But hey, let's see what there are still a lot of time or a lot of games or a lot of improvement here, but we can still exploit more for sure. I don't know, but it's something that I still believe. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. And hey, Lukaku for me is just not clicking. It's just not giving me the what I needed. It's just not working at all. But for sure, let's hope he comes back to his feet. So the questions he needs to answer it, whether he's loss of form or maybe it's just completely wayward. For me, yesterday game is a game that I just need to rate Lukaku the way he deserves. And for sure, I think I rate him 4 out of 10. No hard feelings, guys. 4 out of 10 for Lukaku is enough for me. So I don't need to do more for sure. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section, because this is just absolutely not brilliant from my guy himself, Romelu Lukaku. I expect more from him. I expect too much from him. And hey, he needs to do more. He needs to deliver. He needs to deliver it, and he needs to do it for the love of the club. For sure, I'm waiting to see him do much more for us in the tournament, because this tournament, World Cup, he needs to just use it to gain that confidence back, because I don't see why we should be struggling at this time of the season. At this, hey, I have a comments coming in. Mohammed JKJ said, how are you, my brother? I'm very good. I'm very good, and I'm very wonderful, my brother. How are you? Let me know how you are also doing. And today we are rating Chelsea players because there's no match games coming on. So what do you think about the rating? Is it okay? We should continue with it, or we should stop it, or we should enhance something? But for now, we are on Lukaku. Lukaku, for me, I don't know. He just needs to do more to gain my trust. I don't know about you, Mohammed. Let me know. Let me know what you think about Mohammed. Oh, great. Great. Mohammed said he's good. And that's one thing I love. The moment you come in and you are good, I think it's absolutely amazing. And thank you very much for joining in, Mohammed. Now, this Lukaku guy, I think this club World Cup, he just needs to let his confidence back, let him, because I just like him, but it just look like it's not working for him at Chelsea. I don't know what is actually happening, because after he came back from his injury, we saw him, he was trying to cause mayhem in the club, but hey, they were able to deal with it. But I don't know what is actually, because couple of games now, yet he's not just improving, he's not just giving out the goals, because Chelsea bought him purposely because of the goals. So what do you think about Lukaku, or what do you think about the rating? Let me know in the comment section, Muhammad. You know this name, we respect this name a lot. Muhammad is a name that we respect a lot in the for sure. You know the reasons. You know the reasons for sure. I don't want to bring them up here. And yes, yes, for Senegal, as I said, Senegal did it for Africa, and Senegal have been able to just lift the trophy. And remember, Edward Mendy. Edward Mendy has taken the goal king, or best goalkeeper of the tournament, and Mohamed Salah. I said Mohamed Salah. Mane also best player of the tournament for sure. Senegal is still buzzing, and that's what I want to do next in a few couple of maybe tomorrow. I'll be able to do that. I just deem it right that we need to rest today, and tomorrow we'll come on. Or what do you think, Mohan? If you think it's tomorrow that I want us to come on and speak more about this trophy, African Cup of Nations, so I need to invite more people in, then we'll be able to talk about it in more details for sure, because I need us to rest. Yesterday we were all out, so that's why I said let me just do this player rating for Chelsea, then wait tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll do two things. Tomorrow Chelsea will also be playing the Club World Cup on Wednesday. We'll do preview of that, then also the African Cup of Nation. Yes, I think it will be very good for us to actually do it in tomorrow, so that all of us are much rested and we are much for sure. Yeah. So, guys, what do you think about this rating? And Mohammed, let me know in the comment section for sure, because we are almost ending. And Lukaku, for me, I gave him 4 out of 10, and we'll be moving next. We'll be moving next to other player like those substitutes, because we just finished with them, and Lukaku still needs to gain my trust for sure. Lukaku still needs to gain my trust for sure. So let's move forward, and let's move forward and see who should we be, going forward to. So Alonso was the person who came in, so let's deal with Alonso right now, because I don't want to continue Lukaku Buhaha. A lot of things that we need to do for sure, because the goal scoring opportunities are not coming. We don't tread our opponent yet. We don't threaten them, because maybe I don't know what is actually happening in our forward line. So now this guy. Okay, comments coming in from Muhammad again. I like your channel, my brother. Thank you very much, Muhammad. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I really do appreciate it for sure. So tomorrow as I said, tomorrow we'll deal with African Cup of Nation. I need to invite a couple of guys in, then we'll talk more into that. I want to do it in a style so that it will be exciting for the fans. It will be exciting for everyone. And remember, next year African Cup of Nation will be happening again, and also this year is World Cup is going to happen in Qatar, 2022 World Cup. That one too will be coming our way. It's going to be exciting, and for sure, thank you very much, Mohammed, for being part of this community for sure. So let me know. So now this guy, we he has been questioned. Chelsea fans questioning him a lot after the injury of Ben Chilwell. I'm talking about Marcus Alonso. After the injury of Ben Chilwell and Rhys James, Ben Chilwell, this guy was the only left back we had. A lot of question marks about him. We lost a lot, or we drew a lot of game because of one or two of his mistake. But yesterday, another one, he pulled a magic yesterday for Chelsea. No doubt, I know he's always best offensively. He's been doing good. Remember in the beginning of the season when Ben Chilwell was fighting his trauma for not playing in the Europe for England, but this guy was always there to even producing goals for Chelsea. But for some moment, he just stopped. The performance wasn't coming, and Ben Chilwell stepped in and was best player for Chelsea again. He was scoring, and the Marcus Alonso wasn't doing it or doing very well. And yesterday, for him to come on and also was able to do well, because yesterday for a number of games, yeah, he was able when he was introduced at the halftime intervals to give Chelsea a greater threat from left back. Score what a score that proved to be the winner in the extra time. I think he just deserves that respect right now. And even though he came in the second half, but he did very well by scoring the winner for Chelsea. And for that matter, I think it wouldn't be bad giving him 6 out of 10, because he came on in the second half, but he was able to produce a goal for Chelsea. And for sure, I wouldn't say much, but I'll give him 6 out of 10. But Kennedy is back. Kennedy has been called back from loan in Brazil to support him for the rest of the season. For sure, let's see what these two guys will give us in the left back. And we all know Rhys James is also getting back slowly. He started training on his own and he could probably join the team maybe after the Club World Cup. Let's hope and see what these guys will bring us for sure. But Marcus Alonso did well yesterday because it was always difficult for Chelsea yesterday. Hey, Edward is here. So Edward said the 6 is okay. Yes, yes. Thank you very much for supporting that. Edward is here saying the 6 is okay for Marcus Alonso because he had us the winning goal for sure. Other than that, we could have been going to penalties. But hey, he stood his ground and he was able to do that for us. And hey, tomorrow I think Edward, if he has time, he will join us in the discussion of the African Cup of Nations for sure, because I still need to get the time that we'll be able to do it, and I want it to be exciting and I want it to be very, very good discussion for us for sure. So it's something that we are looking forward to. So hey, 6 out of 10 for Marcus Alonso. And now let's move to who again? Kai Havertz was someone who came in later in the game. So I think Kai too, we need to actually give him the benefit of doubt because this guy, I know what he possesses. Kai Havertz is a good player, he's a good striker, but just look like when he came back from his injury, he hasn't been best because I'm always looking forward to see this guy pair with Lukaku because Kai is a player that you cannot stop. You can't stop Kai for sure. And for yesterday, coming on yesterday, he was able to do few things, a few neat touches and shot into the side netting too, but didn't have a huge influence from the bench. For sure, he didn't have huge influence into the game. And for sure, as I said, they took off Callum Hudson Odoi, who is inconsistency causing Chelsea a lot, and brought him in, but didn't do that much for Chelsea. And for that matter, I'm giving him 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 for Kai. I think is fair enough. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section because this guy just came in yesterday, but there wasn't a lot of influence in his game yesterday. So I give him 5 out of 10. If you think otherwise, the comment section is there. Let's get it done and let's do it for sure. So I hope these guys will be able to do it for ourselves. And if you just join us, remember we are live on Twitter. We are also live on Facebook. So you could probably join us and join us for more information. What a game we are having right now. What a game we had on Saturday. Nearly went to penalties, but Marcus Alonso goal took and also the free kick, my guy, what's the name? My guy actually save that's Kepa save put us to put us to the face and was able to be instrumental in the game. And for sure, I think this was just absolutely amazing game that we were able to witness. And for sure, this is just time. It's time for us to actually do more, and we need to just step up our game a little bit, and we could be able to do amazing things in the tournament in every tournament for sure, every competition for sure. But these performances are not taking us anywhere. It's not taking us anywhere. And hey, Timo Werner. Timo Werner was also someone who actually came in later in the game. This guy, Timo Werner. Timo Werner, we all know when Chelsea was getting him, everyone was excited. Everyone was good. Every Chelsea fan was happy because it was Liverpool who wanted to get him but tried to do some Kululu things, but then he didn't go there again. So for sure, Timo Werner came in, even though it was the fans that called in to let Timo Werner came in. The fans was just calling for Timo Werner for sure. His introduction was called for by the supporters. Yes, the supporters were the one who called in for the striker to come in, but Werner made no impact beyond hitting a couple of shots into defenders. So for that matter, he was just, I don't know, but hey, he did quite very well though. But the shot, he was just hitting the shot to defenders, and for that matter, he didn't do quite much, and he didn't influence the game. And for me, I will actually, because the time he came in wasn't that, he didn't do that great things, and for that matter, I'll give him 4.5 out of 10. 4.5 out of 10. So don't get me wrong. There's no hard feeling in this. There's no hard feeling in this, and for sure, this is something that I needed for us to clear. Hey, Saul also came on later in the game. If you know, Saul came on later in the game, and I think we can't just give Saul came on, and I think when he came on, he made a little bit impact in the game, but wasn't that great enough. Wasn't that great enough for sure. So for me, this game, I think we'll give him. He came on in the 97th minute. In the 97th minute, for sure, we can give him 5 out of 10 because he's been great. He did very quite well. They took off Mount and brought him in, and he was able to stabilize the game for Chelsea in the midfield. So I think he did great. And Chaluba also came in 111 minutes of the game, so didn't do that much. So I can't rate him based on that. He was just introduced into the game because when he got injury, this is the time that he came on. And so, guys, this is absolutely amazing. It was absolutely brilliant to have you guys here. And I think that was absolutely amazing. And this is the end of the rating. And for sure, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mohammed, you are here and you've been here in a couple of times. And hey, shout out to Mohammed, JKJ. And for that matter, this is going to be the end of the rating. And tomorrow, as I said, Mohammed, I promise you we'll be discussing the African Cup. Or if you think you can join me for sure, or you can be part of the panelists, let me know right now in the comment section so that I could be able to link you in Twitter. Then I will share you the link tomorrow. You could be able to join us. So Mohammed, if you are still here, let me know. Let me know because there are I need to invite some guys in. So if you want to be part, let me know because I have a limit of people that I can use in here for sure. Thank you very much, Mohammed, for being part. Edward, you were here, and also Piggy Boy was here and had to go and do some few stuff for sure. And also, hey, my good friend was here. He was here to banter us, but couldn't able to banter us a little bit because of what he didn't have a lot of time. So for sure, Mohammed, if you are still here, let me know whether you would like to take part tomorrow for the African Cup of Nation discussion because I want it to be very, very exciting. So if you want to be part, let me know for sure. I'll be very delighted to host you. I'll be very delighted to host you for sure. So let me know before I close. And guys, if you are new to this channel, remember this is Ashili Sports, where your voice and opinions and suggestions are always heard. Where your voice and opinion and suggestions are always heard. And tomorrow, for sure, we'll be bringing you the pre-match analysis of Chelsea in the World Cup. It will be coming on Wednesday, and also discussion of the African Cup of Nations, where we had a successful African Cup of Nation tournament was hosted brilliantly by Cameroon, and it was very, very, very good game for sure. And we can't do much by saying this was just brilliant. So I'm still waiting whether Mohammed is still here. He could probably give me his opinion, whether he can be able to join us tomorrow for sure. So and if in a couple of minutes I didn't hear from him, we'll call it another day. And that was very, very, very brilliant rating that I did here. And if you think otherwise, let me know for sure, because this is something we've been doing for quite a number of time. And right now, I just finished rating the players, and for sure, tomorrow, as I said, we have a couple of things coming on your way. Today, this is what we just pause in to do for our fans. For sure, we don't want you to feel relaxed and feel that no, nothing is happening after the African Cup of Nation. The African Cup of Nation was just absolutely amazing for sure, and I do love it, and I love it, and I just appreciated the way it went on. And for sure, tomorrow is going to be a good discussion. It's going to be an absolutely brilliant discussion, and if any of the fan wants to be part of it, I think probably will give you the benefit of that, will give you the opportunity to be part here, because as you are here, your voice must be heard, your opinion must be heard, your suggestions must be heard. And for sure, this is why we are here, and this is why we love the game. And hey, this is the time that I need to say goodbye to the fans, and we'll see you tomorrow, and see you tomorrow, so that we'll be able to do a lot for sure. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for being here. As I said, Mohammed was here. Shout out to Mohammed. And hey, this is just nothing but class of a game that we're going to witness on Wednesday. And also tomorrow, a beautiful discussion will be coming your way. And Champions League is just by the corner on weekends after the weekend games. Premier League is coming back on weekends. So probably weekends games is coming on. We'll be able to do it. And also the Champions League discussion will be coming on weekends too. So it's something that we'll be able to discuss much more. Thank you very much. It was wonderful hosting you, and I'm always proud to be your host as we are in this community together, and absolutely amazing. And bye for now, guys. Thank you a lot and for being here. And it was always amazing having you guys here, having you guys. So it is always bye for now.